early research and work with low emissivity films led by Steve Sulkowicz, one of our other heroes, is now in virtually all windows, not only in this country, but across the world, and has been as impactful as any technology ever. The DOE has encouraged and supported the innovation and commercialization of U.S. windows and the glass industry continuously since its inception. As a result, the U.S. has some of the finest window products in the world, but it has also encouraged and supported innovation at all times to keep the industry reaching to do better on behalf of the U.S. consumer. Alpen has always listened, and we've responded. 15 years ago, the DOE created a vision and challenged the window industry to bring a commercially viable full-frame R10 window to the market by the year 2020. We did it by 2016. Yeah. And a full frame R11 by 2017, but who's counting? Over the years, the DOE has been central to product innovation and commercialization of Alpen, especially through the support of emerging technologies and the robust testing and technical assistance at many of its national labs, including Lawrence Berkeley National Labs, NREL, PNNL, and others. Over the years, we could not have done what we've done without the DOE's support and encouragement. The DOE's fingerprint is on many of Alpen's most innovative products successfully entering the market year after year, including the company's exciting new high-performance secondary windows, and now the game-changing thin glass technology that is enabling exponential growth at the company. For that, we are grateful. This is how partnerships between government and the private sector are supposed to work. We are focused on leveraging our work to accomplish three critical objectives. First, we want to create as many growing, good-paying jobs for as many people as we can to support the energy transition. Second, we want to do everything we can to impact how we address the climate crisis. And three, we want to help to build in the United States the most competitive and innovative U.S. window and glass industry in the world. We are doing all three. We are proud to have created in the last 4 years almost 80 jobs for great people for a diverse workforce that looks like America. We are creating great opportunities, and there are many, many more to come. Our products are being installed in homes and projects across the country, and I would note with some pride being exported outside the United States. And that is showing what is possible in the high-performance window market, and is showing the country that we can do better. Our growth and product success is supported by millions of dollars of direct investment by the company's partners. It is also importantly supporting local, state, and federal policymakers to move more boldly and faster to adopt more progressive building and energy codes to drive change at a policy level. By simply providing proof that the policies and codes can be supported with window, door, and glass products that work. Call it our daily proof of concept. I want to give a special shout out to the exciting and smart and practical new energy policies reflected in legislation being passed in the state of Colorado under the current administration. Thank you. Third, a topic near and dear to my heart, as we just talked about. Our company competes with more foreign imported products than any company in the industry per capita by far, that are filling the rapidly expanding need for high-performance windows. We are laser focused through our own growth and investment in ensuring not only that the U.S. remains the world leader in innovative high-performance windows, but with upcoming investments creating scale, capacity, and our ability to feed high-performance thin glass triples and quads, insulated glass products to other like-minded U.S. window companies. We want to reverse the growing trade deficit in our segment and continue to support outstanding U.S. window industry and create even more jobs.
Yes.
Finally, let me conclude by recognizing a very special guest, Kevin Lombardo. Kevin and his family were among the 1,100 homeowners whose homes were destroyed by a catastrophic wildfire that tragically devastated the area in a 5-mile, Kevin? There he is. There he is. Sorry, Kevin, to pick you out. I don't know if your wife's here, but I should. But in a 5-mile radius of where you're standing on December 30th, 2020, a wildfire raged through this area, devastated 1,100 homes and many businesses. 2 people tragically lost their lives. As I evacuated that day with an hour's notice, fire was on all sides of my car and across the parking lots, and later even entered parts of the building we're standing in. But we were the lucky ones. Our business was left standing. Kevin and his family were not, as their homes was destroyed and their lives turned upside down. I had the chance to meet Kevin, one of the 50 homeowners we are honored to support in their rebuilding efforts with providing them high-performance windows from Alpen as they rebuilt their lives and homes. I sat in his living room of his home being rebuilt, and he told me a story that his family had to make a decision to build a bigger, fancier home or one slightly smaller, but was built to last and used less energy and was more sustainable. He told me it was a purposeful family discussion, but a short one, led by his kids immediately raising their hands to vote for the obvious choice. That is all that's right with the world. But that wildfire, born by historically dry conditions, following the latest snowfall on modern recorded history in Colorado, ironically the day after the fire, if that doesn't lead you to believe in the devastating effects of the climate crisis and have faith in our ability to make the right choices, nothing will. Thank you, Kevin. It's my pleasure to invite Andrew Zeck, our company CEO, for a few additional comments.
Good afternoon, and thanks for coming. We'll see how well my voice does here. I want to echo Brad, first of all, in thanking the Department of Energy, especially the manufacturing and energy supply chain team, as well as National Lab staff, our investors, partners, clients, our founder, Robert Clark, Steve Selkowitz, the Colorado Energy Office, and countless others whose shoulders we stand on. The mission of Alpen is simple. We want to bring high-performance windows into the American mainstream. I'm honored to work on that mission every day with the immensely talented and hardworking team of Alpeners in front of you. They're the best in the business. The mission to bring high-performance windows into the mainstream gets me up every morning because when we do it, it's not if, it's a when, we will have accomplished 3 audacious goals. First, we'll have taken a massive bite out of the country's emissions. Buildings are responsible both in their direct emissions and their embodied carbon for a tremendous percentage of carbon emissions. Roughly a third of those building emissions are heating and cooling that, you guessed it, go right out the windows. High-performance windows can reduce that by 20 to 30% with technologies that are here today, cost competitive today, ready for prime time today. We can and we must and we will electrify our buildings, but that's going to be infinitely easier if those buildings are built like Yeti coolers with windserts covering over their single pane glazing instead of like blocks of Swiss cheese. Second, high performance windows are not just an emissions play. We talk a lot about the energy, but high performance windows create better homes for millions of Americans. They improve the air quality, they decrease noise pollution, they remove harmful VOCs, they enhance natural light, they create a safer environment that is more resilient against the extreme weather events in our already changed climate. At Alpen, we believe firmly that those high performance windows are not just for ski houses in Aspen, although we'll take those jobs too. Those homes should be accessible to all Americans. The technology is ready, and it is not at a premium. And finally, hopefully you like this. If we could deploy high performance windows, we'll have created hundreds and hundreds of well-paying jobs with mission and camaraderie and strong benefits and career advancement opportunities where the only limit to the future is the talent and the drive of our team members. The Manufacturing and Energy Supply Chain Award that we're working through right now will be transformative to that mission. The award is combining with private investment and allowing Alpen to scale our high-performance thin glass windows and glass units over 10x right here in Colorado and at a second facility outside Pittsburgh. They'll help create hundreds of jobs. I stand here today so impressed with the Biden administration's leadership, the Department of Energy's leadership. The framework that has been architected through MASC is awesome, and it's so necessary. And the focus on deploy is perfect, because the buildings that are going to exist in 2050 are already existing today, or they're getting built today. Time is not on our side. We are so grateful for your support, and we are proud to be part of the solution. So with that, we'll get to the star of the show, Secretary of Energy, Secretary Granholm, who is a tremendous public servant and leader. She's served as a 2-term governor of Michigan, as well as the state's attorney general. And today's International Women's Day, so I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that she was the first woman to hold each of those 2 roles, if I'm not mistaken. President Biden likes to joke that if she'd been born in America, she'd already be your president. So to introduce Secretary Granholm, I'd like to call up Mario Torres and recognize him for his work. Mario is a wonderful example of the meritocracy that we value so much here at Alpen. He started here in 2010 and worked his way up to managing our production floor. Mario.
Good afternoon. My name is Mario Torres, and I'm manufacturing manager here at Alpen. It is my great honor to introduce to you Secretary Jennifer Granholm.
Thank you, Mario. I was so delighted to be able to talk for just a moment to Mario, and is it Karina? And Karina. All right. And to meet, as I was saying to a few of you who've been here 20 years, the OG. So you guys have obviously been really doing amazing work up to this moment. But this is, you're flipping the switch right now. You are about to go into overdrive, and it is super exciting, Team Alpen. I want to thank Andrew and Brad so much, and Craig as well on the tour for inspiring me with what you are doing. I'm here on the day after the President's State of the Union. And I can tell you, he talked about a lot of things if you didn't see it, but there's a couple that I just want to highlight because it's so important to what you are doing. First of all, President Biden is obsessed with bringing down costs for real people. And whether it's junk fees or prescription drugs or student loans or whatever, it's so true with respect to energy burdens of people and lowering their energy costs. So what you're doing in being able to reduce people's energy bills is so important as we seek to heal the planet. The range of savings and the fact that you're working on windows being able to be installed in lower income buildings and homes, multifamily units, it's exactly where we ought to be. Folks who are wealthy can afford this, but we want to democratize high performance windows so that everybody has access, right? And that's what we're doing. So in the president, we have this Investing in America agenda back there. And what the president has done is signed into law several bills, which this company is going to be benefiting from. The first of those bills is the bipartisan infrastructure law, and it provides grants, which is one of the things that we were just talking about, an almost $6 million grant that's in negotiations for your expansion. And that's to expand and help companies expand, particularly there's big companies that are taking advantage of some of these grants too, but we really are focused on medium and smaller businesses, because the medium and smaller businesses, they're the ones who are competing globally and who need to have a partnership. And I so appreciate what you said, Brad, about the fact that this, I don't know if it's Brad or Andrew, but the way we think about it is that these assists, these grants, the tax credits, they are government enabled, these expansions, but private sector led. It is a public-private partnership. So whether it is for the grants that we're talking about here, or for the rebates, and I have to acknowledge the Gov's team, the Energy Office, and the Gov's Climate Advisor over here. Appreciate you guys being here. Because Colorado has been allotted $140 million to do rebates on homes to make them more energy efficient. And I'm sure that you'll be considering the great efficiency of this particular homegrown company as you consider who's eligible. And Colorado's also been upped the amount by 10 times for weatherization of homes for lower income people. So we're all about efficiency. And the second thing that the president is obsessed with, and we are obsessed with, and Brad, I so appreciate you raising it, is we want the whole thing made in America. We do not want to be importing. You guys are, integrating vertically and making it here, which is exactly what we ought to be doing. We're often competing with countries that are significantly subsidizing their industries. And the United States has allowed it to happen. We just sort of watched as all of these jobs went away through offshoring, et cetera. And this president said, not on my watch. We are going to build a manufacturing spine in America. We're going to reshore those jobs. We're going to make it in America. We're going to make it with our workers. We're going to use it in America. We're going to export it elsewhere. This is American made, and this is what Alpen so represents. So I'm so proud to be here with you. And then just one other thing I want to mention, because there's an announcement that's associated with my visit here. We are announcing round 2 of the grant program that you guys got the first round assignment for. And this second round is again for small and medium businesses. It is for businesses that have located in former energy communities, like we are here. And it is for $425 million. It's a competitive thing, so we want people to apply. And this version of it, this next round of this grant program, is for decarbonizing, industrial decarbonization. So a little bit different, but it's for the companies themselves to decarbonize. So maybe the companies will want to purchase high performance windows in order to achieve those goals. But that's this next phase, and that's part of what I'm announcing today. One of the things that the president has been focused on in designing this Invest in America agenda is that we locate investment in communities that sometimes have either transitioned as an energy community, have been left behind, have been disadvantaged communities. We want to be able to ensure investments go to where they're most needed. And that means businesses go to where they're most needed. And that means jobs go to where they're most needed. Since in my column of responsibility at the Department of Energy, since the president's agenda has been adopted and he signed it into law, we have announced over 500 factories that have grown in pockets all across America, to be able to create jobs all across America, to make products that get us to this clean energy future all across America. So, Mario, I was just so impressed with your eloquence when you said that here at Alpen, you are trying to change the world one window at a time. And that's one window at a time, one worker at a time, one factory at a time, one community at a time, and pretty soon you have an entire nation that is changing the world because policy actually works. So congratulations to Alpen. We're going to be watching you. We're hopeful that you're going to be really soaring, that your windows are going to be everywhere, and importantly, that people will be able to save money as a result of having used the work that you have made. Sometimes, when you're in the middle of history making, it's hard to tell because you're in the middle of it. But we are in an historic shift in the United States that you are a part of. You'll be able to say to your children and grandchildren, I was there when we had an industrial revolution in this country focused on clean energy and efficiency. I was there when we really turned the tide and started to heal this planet. I was there coming from a community that was burned. So much was burned to the ground because of climate change, or at least fueled by climate change. I was there as part of the healing. I'm so glad to be with you all today. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. For those of you who are not able to participate in the tour earlier, we would be happy to give you a tour of the facility. And so we have multiple Alpen team members who are standing by, and we can kind of divvy up into groups if you'd like, or enjoy the coffee and cookies and snacks. But very much appreciate you showing up. Thanks.